What it do, beloved? See you, boy. Back at it again, you already know. Hopping up into it. Verse 22, chapter 10, book of Matthew. Hey. And ye shall be hated of all men for my name's sake. But he that endureth to the end shall be saved. I know that's what we ended on, but hey, bro, it's a solid start as well. But when they persecute you in this city, flee ye into another. For verily I say unto you, ye shall not have gone over the cities of Israel till the Son of Man be come. It is enough for the disciple that he be as his master, and the servant as his Lord. If they have called the master of the house Beelzebub, how much more shall they call them of his household? Fear them not, therefore, for there is nothing covered that shall not be revealed, and hid that shall not be known. What I tell you in the darkness, that speak ye in light, and what ye hear in the ear, that preach ye upon the housetops. And fear not them which kill the body, but are not able to kill the soul, but rather fear him which is able to destroy both the soul and body in hell. Y'all already know this is a banger. I already know. Got a lot in this for sure. Dang. Go back to the start, which is the end, but also the beginning, right? Verse number 22. Just go over that a second. And ye shall be hated of all men for my name's sake, but he that endureth to the end shall be saved. Hey. See, I want to say that the world hating you for your beliefs and pushing against you and saying you're wrong is the right path. But that would, I think, it might be true, but it needs nuance, I think. Because there's a lot of people that use hatred in the name of the Lord that draws hatred from the world that I don't think is I don't know, in my opinion, which is probably wrong, right? I don't think using the name of the Lord for hatred is the move. You know what I'm saying? That's not to say that you can't say something that's wrong, right? But also it's like, you know, you gotta check yourself on running around judging on people all the time, right? Because I know that I'm guilty for a lot of things, and I do a lot of things that people are gonna judge as wrong. And bro, they're probably right. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying they're wrong, but I don't know. And there's just nuance to that. You know what I'm saying? And along the thought process of being hated for your beliefs, right? I think there's a balance, right? I think if you're hated for loving, you know what I'm saying? You're hated for doing good and having a positive impact on people around you, and those that would see the name of God being raised into a positive light and hating you for that, for doing that, for putting the Lord's name in a positive light, right? For doing the best you can so that you can, when people ask, you say, I'm doing it, to hear him say, good job, right? I'm doing it for the Lord, and not actively being aggressive, not acting in an aggressive way to an extent, right? Just passively, just living your life and bringing glory to the name of God, I think that's the move, right? I think, because people already gonna hate to see you win, but to take that glory and giving it to God, people are gonna hate that even more, right? That's what I see off that. I don't know. That's what I think. Obviously, there's a lot more to it, I think, but just for your boy, right? Help me along. I think that's what I'm thinking, right? Anyway, 23. But when they persecute you in this city, flee ye into another. For verily I say unto you, ye shall not have gone over the cities of Israel till the Son of Man become. I think, I think he's just saying like, yo, that you hear the people that are, dying for the name of God, dying in the, giving up their life, being martyrs, right? And yeah, obviously there's glory in that, but I think he's saying it's like, yo, don't just give up, right? Keep going, like dip if you need to, right? Because I mean, you ain't gonna make it to all the cities of the world, right? All the cities of Israel, even before I come back, right? Which is interesting because I mean, he's talking that's a big debate in the Bible sphere, right? Where it's like, oh, he's always talking about like, oh, I'm coming back to this generation. And we'll probably get into it a little bit more a little bit later, but keep saying like, oh, I'm going to come back to this generation. Like, oh, the cities, the walls of the city going to be, not going to be fallen before I come back or something like that. And, here he's saying you're not going to make it to all the cities of Israel before I come back. It's like, so did he come back? Because the big Western Christianity, the big evangelical statement is that the book of Revelations is in the future. We're waiting for the tribulation. We're waiting for the return of Christ. We're waiting for the rapture, right? And a lot of the stuff that is in the Bible is pointing to, or can be construed, can be understood as to already have happened, right? As Christ has already been coming back, and we're living in the time after that. We're living through the tribulation, post-trib, I don't know, something like that. But something to keep in your head, something to do a little research on, think about, figure out. I'm not sure. I don't know, bro. Honestly, I don't know. I just got faith in God, right? I just trust in his plan, right? I just have faith that he is the only one that can save me, right? He's the only one I can trust, right? So I think, I got to do some research and figure out my thought process on that. But also, I encourage y'all to do a little research and figure out what's up. You know what I'm saying? And 24, the disciple is not above his master, nor the servant above his Lord. It is enough for the disciple that he be as his master and the servant as his Lord. If they have called the master of the house Beelzebub, how much more shall they call them of his household? Yeah, I like this. I like these two little verses here, right? Disciple not being above his master, right? You're not going to be above your teacher, right? Until you too become a master, correct? Nor the servant above his Lord. Maybe a little bit of a better analogy. I don't think servants, I think typically back in the day, servants are a servant of their Lord forever, right? I think they just kind of serve the Lord forever. I don't think they themselves become a Lord. Whereas a disciple can probably become a master, right? So for the sake of the analogy, I think the servant serving his Lord forever, you're going to, this is actually something I've been I've had to deal with recently, right? Situations. The head of the house, right? The Lord of the house, right? Is your house is typically going to be judged based on your actions, right? Regardless of what they have to do with it. And on top of that, not only are you going to be judged on your actions, right, as a Lord, and your house is going to be judged on your actions as a Lord, right? But your house is also going to be judged on your servants' actions, right? On the people of your house's actions. You are going to be judged by the people around you, by the world, off the actions of your house. Either way, you're getting judged. There's no leniency. Typically, the people of your house might not be held as accountable for your actions, right? Typically, it's just you, right? Being held on the account of your actions. And typically, even to a point where it's like someone in your house might do something and they don't get held as accountable as you do, being the Lord, being the leader of your house. And that's tough stuff that a lot of people don't understand. A lot of people aren't ready for, right? And refuse to acknowledge, right? It is enough, verse 25, it is enough for the disciple that he be as his master. And as a servant, as a disciple, your main goal is to be as good as your master or Lord, right? And as a Lord, as a master, you got to understand that the people of your house are also looking up to you. And that's why people judge you on their actions, because as a Lord, as a master, your people are trying, if they're good people, if you're a good master, a good Lord, they want to be like you. That they being you is their goal, right? Not a lot of people that you can look up to nowadays, so that might be hard to understand. Not a lot of good masters, not a lot of good lords, right? Leaders, right? But back in the day, right, that was the move. You got a master, you got someone to look up to, got a dang icon, right? Whatever. But yeah, that's why when they act a certain way, you're held accountable, because you're the one that's leading them, that you're the one that they want to be like, and they're learning from, and they're taking their cues from on how to act, right? Yeah, and if they call the master of the house Beelzebub, how much more? So once again, like I've been saying, so like if they call you a bad person, then the rest of your house, rest of the people of your house are also going to be considered bad, right? Now they might have a little bit of grace, right? Maybe, I don't know. People might give them a second chance, but for the most part, if you are bad, you are actively tainting the rest of your house, right? So, I mean, I don't know. That's something to keep in the back of your head, I guess. And I know things are different in today's day and age, but something that still carries through very heavily for a man, right? Just to keep it a stack. Just for all the lads, all the boys out there, just know that your actions carry a lot of weight, right? That's why you gotta be walking with the Lord. You know what I'm saying? That's why you gotta build a relationship with the Lord and have Him guide you, have your steps be walking down the correct path, right? Because those steps be leaving a dang trail, brother. Be leaving impacts, footsteps, you know what I'm saying? And if you want a family one day, you got to be aware of how that, even though it sucks, bro. Sorry, but that's how it is. So either get with it or I don't know what to say for you, but that's just how it is. Sucks, but it is. And 26, fear them not, for there is nothing covered that shall not be revealed, and hid that shall not be known. What I tell you in darkness. So yeah, even the actions that you're thinking might not be, bro, stuff you try to hide, it's always gonna come up, right? All right. No matter what, it's always gonna come up. If you're in a relationship with someone, then them things gonna come up, bro. And on both sides, bro. Y'all just gotta be on it the whole time. Since the start. Since before the start, you know. It's always gonna come up. You might think that you get at it, but it's, hey, bro. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 years into it, hey, it's gonna come up eventually. 26 and 27. What I tell you in darkness, that speaking in light, and what you hear in the ear, that preaching in the house. Yeah, this one. I needed to get to this one. The darkness, right? Or praying, because there's like a lot of times where he's like, oh yeah, pray in the closet and stuff, praying alone. Oh dang, hopefully I didn't just mess up the audio, but praying by yourself, right, in the darkness, not in front of a bunch of people like the Pharisees do, right? Alone, by yourself, with the Lord. He's going to be telling you things. That's what I see as, right, talking in the darkness, speaking in the light then. And I don't think it's like, oh, God told me, just like live that, right? You know what I'm saying? Just take that, do that, right? And if someone asks, be like, yeah, this is what I feel led by the Lord to do, right? But running around and be like, yo, the Lord told me. I don't know. And what you hear in the ear, that preaching in the house, that's something, right? I think that's going out yelling, right? That's something I've talked about struggling with, right? Street preaching, all that, how to witness, right? I think right now, this is the housetops for me right now. But I don't know. That's still something I'd be thinking about going out on the corner, right? On the housetops and the roofs, yelling out, letting them know, even though they ain't directly come to me. I'm just letting them know I'm there. You know, if they want to pull up, type. You know what I'm saying? Something to think about. And fear not them which kill the body, but are not able to kill the soul, but rather fear him which is able to destroy both the soul and body in hell. Right? Because, hey, bro, they might kill you off the housetop, right? Who cares? They did you a solid, right? Because you got gone, right? You getting up now, you know? It's, you don't got to worry about nothing else now. Don't worry about whatever the people around you can do, right? It ain't nothing, bro. It ain't nothing, bro. For real. If you die, bro, what loss is it, right? Yeah, the people that you love might have a tough time, right? But bro, act like you ain't gonna see them again, right? If you did your best, right? They can know that, right? They can see that. Hopefully, they follow that, right? Follow that lead, right? But hey, end of the day, you'll see them again, right? Hopefully. And regardless, you'll be somewhere better anyway. You'll be with the Lord. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, what could be better than that? Right? Hey, bro, I love living life, right? That's pretty sick. But also, I'm looking forward to not having to do that, right? So, end of the day, what's a dub? What's death but a dub, right? And that's, bro, hey, in everything, you should always find the dub. You know what I'm saying? There's always a dub. Even in a not great situation, even a tough situation, there's always a dub, right? Go take it and just keep an eye out for the dubs, bro. If you can find a dub in death, that's typically the worst thing or whatever. If you can find a dub in the worst thing, how much better is all the things that is good, that's easy to find a dub in? How much better are those dubs that come with goodness if you can find the dubs in the darkness? You know what I'm saying? But yeah, don't fear the people around you. Fear more the failure, I guess, of living up to God, right? Because it's like, bruh, it's temporary for the disappointment around you, right? If you disappoint the eternal, I think that's a lot worse, right? That's how I think about it. I know I've said it multiple times, but I say it again. If I'm doing my best to get up there and have him say, "Hey, yo, good job." And yeah, that's a lot more important, I think, than someone down here saying good job, right? But yeah, gone way over time. Appreciate y'all. Love y'all. Ask the Lord to bless y'all. Amen.